Hi! Are your spirit guides leading you, nudging you to start your spiritual awakening? Do you even know how to start a spiritual journey? If you're here with me today, then I believe the answer is yes. So join me today, where I help you answer some of the many questions you have. And the question that we will be answering today is, how should I be connecting with Source? And then, of course, I will pull some cards and give you a reading for the week of April 17th to the 23rd. But before we get too far into this, if you want to be notified each week of my latest oracle card reading, hit the bell and subscribe to my channel. Now, join me here as I prepare myself for this time with Spirit. And to do that, I always like to set my surroundings. I set them with crystals, some kind of mystical pieces that I have, a diffuser, my essential oils. All of those things help me get into like the right state of mind. So with all of this ready and set, I thought I would get started now with the question that I get asked a lot. How should I be connecting with Source? And that's what we're going to walk through today. To begin with, what does Source even mean? So there's a number of dictionary definitions of the word source. And some of those definitions include a place, person, or thing from which something originates or can be obtained. One that initiates, one that supplies information, the place something comes from or starts at, or the cause of something. So this totally makes sense to me because Source is my starting place, the place where all living things come from. That's what I consider it to be. So I consider God, universe, Source, all interchangeable. In the beginning of mine and all things being. So the next question might be, where is Source? And that to me is everywhere. I find that it's both like internal to me and external to me. I find it in every single thing that I see, think, touch, hear, okay? And I truly believe that we are all a part of God, the universe, Source, and that while we are here on earth, it is our mission to remember this and to share that love and peace with others. I think we have chosen to be here in exactly this time, in taking this journey that we're on in order to learn new things and to become better humans, right? So as part of the universal Source and God, we have that internal spark within us. And because of that, we are always connected to Source. We just have to remember that and that we are connected. So it's by spending time daily listening to our spirits, our spirit guides, meditating, looking for omens, cledons, whatever you want to call it. That's how we gain a stronger connection to Source. And while everyone has a slightly different take on what it means to have a connection with Source, I do believe that we all have a connection and we just need to strengthen it. So let's strengthen our connection right now by asking the spirits what we need to know about for our highest good. Okay, so now it's going to be time for us to pull some cards of our own. But before I do that, I just wanted to let you know about my diffuser here and what I'm diffusing today. I really love this blend. I diffuse it almost every day. And it's very grounding to me, but it's also got a lot of uplifting qualities to it. And in this, I use 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of grapefruit, 2 drops of Siberian fir, Roman chamomile, and sandalwood. So 2 drops of all of those. And it's just just a lovely, lovely smell to me. I just love all of those aromas. So I just wanted to share that with you because it is something that really helps me get into the mood when I'm getting ready to read. And have you ever wondered how like essential oils can enhance your spiritual journey? Or if they even can? Well, they can. And I know that because they've been around and used for enlightenment for centuries. So you can get my essential oil guide that I have with all the details on which oils to use. You can use them for spiritual healing, for guidance, for emotions. And if you watch to the end, I will tell you where you can get this guide, along with a guide of some of the best, most powerful and intuitive questions that you can ask when you do your oracle card readings. Okay? And now let's get back to the cards. So, when I do that, I always like to just ask the universe, what do we need to know about this week that's in our highest good and the highest good of all that are here listening to this reading today? Okay? And as you can see, I do a typical type of shuffling. I have very small hands, and so I have a hard time shuffling the cards sometimes, and I can't really reach around. And I know most people like to shuffle like this, and I'm okay. Some decks are better than others, but honestly, it's a little, it's tough for me. So, you can shuffle however you want. If you can't do it like that, then definitely do it in whichever, method works for you. And I just wanted to show you, this one happens to be a little bit smaller deck, and I really like this one. And this one is called Wisdom of the Oracle, also known as WOTO. And this is by Colette Baron Reed. And this deck, I've been using, this was the first deck that I learned on, and I've been using this one for quite a few years now. You can tell the book is a little bit worn. But this is what we're going to read from today. And so I'm going to take the top 3 cards that we just shuffled. I'll put the rest of them over here. And the first card is going to be what is in motion right now, right? So as we're looking at our cards and we look at this first one, this is going to be what is in motion right now. So when I turn this one over, this is card number 33, Chaos and Conflict. Now, this is about disarray, being like at cross purposes with another person, tensions, opposites, and kind of the value of chaos before order. So with this one, as opposing forces come together, like to create a turbulent atmosphere, consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become just kind of turned upside down with it, right? Just unmoored by it, scattered to the winds. You leave behind all the parts of you that you no longer need and you despise. Then also the seeds to reinvent yourself. These are all just scattered off, right, to the winds. So it appears like chaos and conflict is external, but its essence is also internal, projecting outward, causing you disarray. You might find yourself like at cross purposes with somebody else, like facing a storm that you can't control. But remember, every storm passes, and chaos leads to the reordering of things. So conflict provides a way of seeing more than just one side of a situation, right? So look upon this time or this moment in time when you might have to take shelter and you might have to step away and back off from everything that's going on. So you also don't want to be too eager to get into a fight at this time. That's not a good time for that. This is more of a time to understand as opposed to being understood. Okay? So if there's a lot of conflict going on, just step back, listen, be open and willing to learn. Try not to get into arguments. All right? Next, we have the second card, and our second card is basically what are the underlying influences, the hidden influences here right now this week. Let me turn this over. And we've got chop wood. And this is card number 42, chop wood, which is all about being grounded in the everyday experiences, like the here and now, right? Also, like being humble. So if you're like an armchair astronaut, like where you dream of wealth and fame, having big ideas, inventions, desires, if you have all of that, this card appears like as a sign that you might be spending too much time up in your head and devoting far too much time to dreaming rather than taking action about your dreams, right? So you're just dreaming and talking about them, but you're not doing a whole lot. You need to get out of the armchair and make things happen. Do something, just start small, right? One little step. Remember, the big dream becomes a reality only after you've begun to take incremental steps. Take one step towards the gods, and they will take 10 steps towards you. So, with chop wood, you need to start taking some action. Take action towards those dreams that you're having. Okay? And now for our third card. The third card is, what do I do now to remain on this path or course correct to remain in alignment with my highest good? Okay? So what do we have here? Okay? Here we have card number 37, never-ending story, in reverse. So never-ending story is about self-criticism and your wounded ego and unnecessary drama. So with this card, it's really a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff, right? So your sensitivities are like on overload right now. And you are best keeping your distance from others. So this ties in really well with your first card, the conflict and chaos. It's also saying kind of step back, right? Your mantra for the week is not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? All this drama is going to pass and you are going to continue on unscathed and blameless. So my friends, be prepared for things to get shaken up a bit this week, but know that it's just might be the thing that you need to get started afresh, right? So once things settle down a bit, get out there. Start taking steps to making those dreams come alive and real. Spirit is just waiting for you to make the first move. Just do your best to avoid drama, especially of others. Keep to yourself and focus on what you need to do for yourself. Allow the chaos around you to happen without your input, and you will walk away from it all completely untouched. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to my channel and watch my next video where we go over connecting with Source. So I'll see you there. And remember, join my Facebook group to learn more about oracle cards and essential oils and how they can be game changers in your life and living a healthier, happier, more natural lifestyle. So click the link in my description to join my free class on essential oils, where I dive deeper into how they are made and how to use them and what makes a good essential oil. So I hope to see you again next week for another weekly peek into what Spirit has in store for you. See you then.